Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Wednesday evening with Bill's Retro Gaming Show. But today's a little different than normal because we are doing something very special tonight. That's right, as many of you know, the Kickstarter for the GRS Build-A-Cade FU launches in just under an hour. And to celebrate, we are going to be going through some last minute things on it. We're going to be having a little fun tonight. And of course, we can't do it without the man himself. So let me bring him on. Glen Planamento, Glen's Retro Show, the man, the myth, the legend, the genius behind the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks, Bill. I'm very excited. It's been a long road, and we're just literally, according to now, this timer was started at exactly 8 p.m. Eastern time. So look at your clock, and you can kind of adjust for any delays in the YouTube. But that's the current timer from 8 o'clock till the launch of the Build-A-Cade FU on Kickstarter. Exciting times for me. Nervous times too.
Yeah, you know, I was actually going to ask that, and guys, do me a favor because this is my first time doing this with a guest. Sounded good on our end, but
he's already doing a great job, better than I've ever done.
Let me know, you know, if you guys are hearing everything all right. But yeah, you know, to start, I wanted to ask you, like, how are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Like, what's the vibe in the Planamento house right now?
Well, I'm nervous. Because I want it to do well. I want this thing to make its at least 200 units so we can actually have this thing built. We have 60 days to do it, but you know, a lot of work, like a lot of work has gone into the FU and to all the products building up to this point. So, you know, this is for me again something I've been doing and putting blood and sweat and tears in, but not just me. You know, there's other people like Gary Campbell, Arcade Workshop. You know, if it wasn't for him, the 1.6 Build-A-Cade probably wouldn't have happened. He was very influential in that. And we obviously have the 2S gate switchers, and then we have, you know, artwork. So all these different people have kind of got to this particular point. But for me, like I said, this is something I've been wanting to do my whole life. And what I personally feel is like the perfect system, or as perfect as at least I believe it could be, at a fantastic price. So I'm very nervous to see if the community and people actually agree or not. The only way to know is to see how well the Kickstarter does. And like I've said in weeks coming up to this, you know, this is my end game, meaning it's like what I was building up to this whole point, but it's not done. I mean, there's still other projects and things still coming down the pipeline, but it was like the MCU. You know, you had the 10 years, you had, you know, Thanos, right? Yep. But then they kind of stumbled and made some bad movies after that. I'm hoping I don't stumble with the bad part, but this is the Iron Man, Thor, you know, Ant-Man, all these movies rolled up to this particular point, and we're now 54 minutes away. It's almost like New Year's.
Yeah, I know.
Like countdown to hit.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is that this is the Avengers of the arcade community.
I do feel that way. I mean, we really put so much work into this, and little, you know, things that other people don't look at, you know. But as a gamer, I make sure that those things happen. But the big thing is that price, and obviously the tariff is still a cloud over our heads. You know, we're going to eat the tariff on the first 119 inch and the first 100 of the 26 inch. Those are the super early bird special, which is exactly 54 minutes and 7 minutes away. And then we still have really great pricing for the others, but you know, you never know what the tariff's going to do. If the tariff does go too high, there's a potential that even though we have this all set to go, we may end up refunding money, because I don't want people spending money I want you guys to save on a tariff. That kind of defeats the purpose of this being really affordable for what you get.
Yep.
And I definitely don't want people spending more money than they have to on this.
Yep. Exactly. Awesome. All right. Before we move along, let me just say thank you so much to my incredible moderator, Jason Little Alien, who I know again moderates so many channels. He does so much for the community, and even gifted 10 memberships to Bill's Retro Gaming Show tonight. Thank you, Jason. Definitely appreciate you doing that. Also, thank you for this. For putting up the link to the Kickstarter project. Of course, it's in the description of the video as well, so you guys can definitely check that out for sure. We're going to be going through it a little bit. We're going to be talking about we're going to be talking it up a little bit more. We're talking about some, couple of last minute changes that I know happened on it. All good things, which is good, and maybe some more things to come. We'll find out about that for sure. Let me take a minute and just see this chat. My gosh, you guys are going at it. This chat is going crazy today. I know I'm going to miss people, but let me say hi to as many as I can real quick as we get started here. Robot Ron, thank you for being here, of course. Mike Hawkhurts is here. The BME, credit card ready to go. I know you like to see that. Rotundo, a.k.a. Ritual Dello, is in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. We got J-Rod in the house. We got Christian Sailor also got his credit card ready to go. Jason S is here. Biggie D's Arcade was here. He was the first to leave a chat earlier today, so thank you for being here, of course. Steve Sale is here. Always fun to see you here. Always fun to play a little walkabout golf with you, Steve. There's this crazy guy, too. Let's see who else we got. Brooklyn Menace is here. Hello, Brooklyn. We got Rich Ongren here as well. Who else am I missing? Dr. Torque is here. I know he's excited for sure as well. Ted Adam Green. Who else we got? We got all these people who are gifted memberships. That's good. Did I see you already, James? James Hates Everything is here. James hates everything, but secretly loves the Build-A-Cade, the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. Who else we got? All right, I think I hit everybody. If I didn't, MG is also here. I could be your second best moderator, Bill. That's a possibility. Look, MG, I love you, man, and you always do a good job with that stuff. So we'll talk. That may be a possibility. Mo is here. Mike of All Trades, always good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Calvin Wong is here. We got Goofyfoot. Goofyfoot is always around. PBNJ is here. All right. Like I said, I think that's everybody. Oh, Noah Chin stopping in. Wow. A lot of names I actually am seeing for the first time. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on and being with us tonight. All right. So we've already talked a little bit about the Build-A-Cade FU, kind of, your thoughts behind it and everything. But let me ask you this, because this is something I'm kind of curious about. Why now? Why is now the right time to launch a product like this?
Well, this is something, again, that has been in the back of my mind for a long time. And, the past year has kind of been bland. There's really been nothing new coming out. Of course, now there is, now everything's coming out, but there's been a very dry spell. So I talked to my team. I said, listen, what some of the things we're working on are not ready. Some of these other projects. I said, why don't we finally just take the Build-A-Cade and make a full-size unit out of it? And they all kind of looked at me first like, what do you mean? I said, well, let's do a full-size. I mean, they say 3/4. I said, no. I want a full-size. I want basically an arcade in the house, full-size. And I thought it was a little bit crazy. But in time, I wore them down, and it just took time. It just took time to get them on board. And, I think also, the craze of the 3/4 is died down quite a bit. People had that, I guess, they're starting to grow out of it, and they want bigger machines. They're buying real arcade machines. But real arcade machines do have some issues still. I mean, I have my Zaxxon. I love Zaxxon.
Mm-hmm.
There. Yep. And I love it. But, it's got a CRT in it. It's got caps have to be taken care of, and the motherboard always needs work. And it's just old. I mean, it's from 1982. So how about getting a full-size multi-cade and building it the way I'd want to have it built.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, I do have obviously these machines here, and I got the arcades, which are really great, and I got the iGames Legends, which is good too, and I do have a couple of the arcade done-ups over there, and they're all fine, but none of them can really do everything, and some people only have space maybe for one.
Mm-hmm.
So I want them to have the best controllers, swappable decks. I was always in on the 19-inch rotating screen. That was my thing.
Yeah.
Michael B convinced me really to go for the 26-inch,
Yeah, it's all
and
his
do
fault.
that. And which is still cool. I know a lot of people are on board for that 26-inch, but for me, the era I grew up in was the 80s, 70s and 80s, honestly. And those were pretty much 19-inch, or sometimes even smaller, depending on game. But that's what I'm really looking forward to, is that era. But of course, in the 90s, that became more of like the 26-inch, and people want that as well. So I just tried to make it so it would be something that everyone could have. And why now? Um, Honestly, I think that the market needs it. I really do think the market needs it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a chance to get my hands on it for sure. I know, we've talked about this before. Glenn will definitely tell you that I bug him constantly. When are you getting the prototype? When are you getting the prototype? When are you getting the prototype? I'm like a 12-year-old. Are we there yet? Are
Reminds
we
me of
there
the
yet?
old
Are we there
Bugs
yet?
Bunny. I want Easter egg. I want Easter egg. I want Easter egg.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting together with you and Glenn Baisley and just kind of hammering on it a little bit and making sure we help you work out any last minute kinks on it for sure. Now, another thing, and guys, I know a lot of people have questions, and I do see some questions coming in. We're definitely going to do a Q&A, so hold on to your questions for now because I don't want to miss them in the chat. I do just want to get through a couple of things first off. Now, I know you were on yesterday with Cornercade, and I was watching that. I thought it was a great show. I thought you guys both did really well on it. But one thing I know that you mentioned on there, which I hadn't heard you talk about before, was the fact that there's going to be a 1-year warranty with this.
Yes.
So which is good. Now, let me ask you a couple of things. Will parts also be available to purchase, like maybe through the Thunderstick Studios website? And I'm thinking not just even so much that like once it's out of warranty or things like that, but like even let's say that 19-inch rotating monitor. What if I wanted to buy one of those and I don't know, maybe see if it would go in my iArcade because I've already got the KVM switcher with the Viper in there. The software's can already handle it. What if I wanted to do something like that? Would we be able to purchase the individual pieces that make up the Build-A-Cade itself? Obviously, other than the wood and all that kind of stuff.
So definitely in time. Right now, we're going to just concentrate on obviously the machine getting if we make the mark, the machine, and have enough for any warranty repairs if necessary. But yes, I do think in time we'll start offering parts online. But
Mm-hmm.
even if we don't, you can always send us an email. We can quote out parts as well. So that's a possibility. But for right now, we haven't thought about that far out as far as people just buying parts. But because we said about the iArcade, not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But someone may have bought the 26-inch and say, "No, I want the rotating 19-inch." They could buy it. They have to be able to wait to buy that, and they could pull out their 26-inch and drop in that 19-inch, and vice versa.
Right.
If you bought the 19-inch, you want to be able to pull that out, and I want to try the 26-inch now, and you buy that and drop it in. So that will eventually happen. But right now, we really got to just focus on the Kickstarter and getting the initial ones out, and then after that, we have to again, just like car dealerships when you sell cars, you always have to have some parts on the back end in case. I don't want this to turn into, again, first of all, nothing's gonna be wrong because it's gonna come great. But you never know what happens in shipping. Stuff does happen in shipping. I don't want this to be like an arcade done-up situation where you can't get parts. You just got your machine. You have to wait 3 or 6 months to get a PCB. That I'm not gonna want or allow it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely have parts available for that. That'll be the focus at that point, honestly.
All right. Good, but I can definitely see some of those things, people wanting even just to have for other projects. I mean, I look at all those control panels you're going to do, and they're loaded with controls that you already sell. The Akari Warrior sticks, the flight yokes, the flight sticks, the spinners and trackballs and stuff like that. The one thing that you're not selling separately yet are like the steering wheel controls. So I'm hoping that's something that you're going to offer
Well,
to
we
people
do.
to be
We
able to.
do sell the steering wheels based off of our standard buttonhole spinner. So
Okay.
you could always buy the buttonhole spinner and buy the spinner. Now, one thing that has been asked before was, is this a 360-degree spinner or like a 180 or 270, whatever the heck that other one is?
Right.
This is a 360 spinner like you would have like Super Sprint or Off Road. That's what this one is. Now, in the future, will there be other steering wheels available? Most likely. Will other people be able to offer them? Definitely.
Hmm.
And can you definitely add your own? Yes, because there's USB right in the front. So you can always even use a regular steering wheel clamp on and go from there. But these are just two of the GRS spinners with two steering wheels. I know some people saying, well, I just want the one wheel in the middle. Well, that's what like 99 Lives Arcade or the Buy Stuff Store can do for you guys. You can make it just the one. We decided to do the two because almost all the control decks are two-player decks, except for obviously the Tron. That's a single deck.
Hmm.
So deck.
Nice. Nice. All right. Let's bring up the Kickstarter for a little bit. Let's talk about this because I know a lot of people have seen this already. But there are a couple of new things. I don't know if they've all made it to here yet. Maybe we'll see when this changes at 9 o'clock. Once this changes, we'll come back to it and we'll take a look at all the different pledge options and things like that. But one thing I definitely want to bring up because I know a lot of people have talked about this. Is you've now got the link on here for the Pixelcade. So
Yes.
if people want to purchase this separately in order to fit into their Build-A-Cade, and I'm just going to bring this up real quick. So if you do that link, it's actually going to bring you to the Pixelcade website right to this. He's actually got, what is this under the? I think it's under the L. Is it under the LCD or the LED? Trying to remember where. Oh, here it is under the LCD. So if you go to products LCD, he's got a spot right here for the GRS Build-A-Cade FU. And this is just a quick look. I've got the sound turned off. You guys probably can't hear the sound on it, but this is just a quick look at the prototype for the Pixelcade that will go in the Build-A-Cade FU. And, it's obviously very similar to what they've done in the past with the Pixelcade. Whatever game you're playing, that's the marquee that's going to show on this. And it looks like it's really designed basically just to, slot right in and, just plug it in and you're good to go.
This one was custom designed for us. So Al and my team worked very close for a while to make sure it's literally, as you can see here, two screws get taken out of the top. You take off the one plate. This just slides right down. We're going to have the power and the data cable right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to connect, slide it in, put two screws in, and tell the Viper that you have it connected, and that's it.
Yep.
It's all set to go. No cats included.
No. But yeah, so for any of you that were curious or were thinking about the Pixelcade, it's not going to be part of the Kickstarter. It's something that you just got to go buy separately.
Right.
But
it'll be a light up marquee, which is right above me here. That Build-A-Cade FU with the Viper on it. That's the marquee that'll be on the machine. It'll be backlit. And of course, you can always add your own. You could talk, to anyone who makes current marquees, even like Angel. I'm sure he can make a custom one for you guys. Drop that in. But if you do want the animated one, and at some point I'm going to definitely make sure I get Al's because I do like it. I have his older version on my iArcade, and obviously you can see it right now in my Ultimate control panel. I'm sorry, the At Games Legends Ultimate. There's so many Ultimates around.
yeah, I know.
In there, and they're both really good. I haven't used his LCD one. I got his LED one, so I'm really looking forward to that. It just adds a nice effect to it.
Yeah, this is the LCD. It's not the LED. Right? Yeah, no, it's the LCD. It's not the LED. So there's
It's so confusing.
price. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just saying, it's so confusing. LEDs, LCDs, Ultimate control panels, Ultimate Arcade.
Or does he have it for both? Let me just see. No, I don't see it
I'm not
under
sure if he put the
LED.
pricing
Oh
on
no, he
there
did.
just yet.
He did.
Oh,
So
there
he
you
does.
did?
He
Okay.
actually does have both versions. He's got an LED version and an LCD
Yes.
version. There's no
Yes.
pricing on it yet, but there is a sign-up form. So if you want to be
Yes.
notified when it's available, you could do the sign-up form on the Pixelcade website, and he'll notify you
Now,
when it's available.
a cool thing Al had mentioned to me was,
Yep.
if this is successful and we know that we're going to be building the units and we know that they're going to be shipping, Al was toying with the idea. I hope he doesn't get mad at me about this one, but I mean, and sometimes I talk too much. But he was thinking maybe he would ship it out like a little early to you guys, and like a stand, so you could,
Mm.
have it on your desk and have just have it on your desk on like a nice desk stand for a while you're waiting for your FU. Maybe like a countdown timer, 5 days or two, whatever it is,
Yep.
countdown clock on there. That was some idea he tossed. I thought that was a cool idea, but I says definitely don't ship it until we're absolutely sure. Even though we get funded, if we get funded, that we're definitely going to be shipping and the tariff doesn't go out of control, because I don't use people buying them and then there's nothing to put them in.
Yeah. So Gamer Fridge asks, "Will it work with my iArcade?" And I want to say probably not, because
It won't fit.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's got
would
to be
it
custom
work?
size.
Yes, but it's not going to fit.
Right. I mean, theoretically, you could buy it and probably put it on top of the iArcade. Maybe, if you wanted to figure out a way to mount it yourself,
Right.
you could do that. But it's not going to fit where the iArcade marquee is, because this.
No, this was custom designed for the FU.
Oh, look at this.
I know it's actually done for a
Two FUs
reason.
and
It
two
was,
Pixel
we can do
Cades.
it. Yeah. Oh wow, he's been winning a long time, and I really hope this comes. I want him to be happy. That's the thing. It makes me nervous too, because I know what I did for this, but does everyone like what I like or how I want it done? I hope they do. I hope they really enjoy the products I've done so far, and that's what I'm nervous about. I want people to get it in their hands. Like even you, Bill. I want you to come over. You're going to see it. You're literally almost a car drive away right now. Maybe still a few extra minutes.
Yeah, I know.
But I want you to come over, and I want you to be wowed. I want you to go like, "Holy shnikes! I got that for that price." That's what I want people to say. That's what I really want to hear.
And I'm sure that's exactly what I'm going to say too. Holy shnikes! It's exactly what I'm going to say when I see it. All right, you know what? Let's talk about this for a minute, because this is something new that I know a lot of people have asked about. So this is the pledge over time option. I don't see it on the Kickstarter yet, but again, maybe that'll show up once it goes live.
That will show up. We just actually activated that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know this was even there.
Okay.
I didn't know this was an option. So a couple of members brought it to my attention. I spoke to the team, so we literally just put it on this morning. So it should be there when it goes live.
Okay. So what is this? How does this work?
It looks like you can break your payments into three payments instead of one large payment when it reaches its goal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know anything more about is it like one payment a month? Is it do you know how
that
it
I
breaks
don't
down?
know.
Okay.
I may say that in the terms over there. Like I said, we found it here and we enabled it. I always, when I did Kickstarters, I paid and put through, including a $1,250 lawnmower that they didn't even build and just took the cash. So
oh, yikes!
good stuff.
Oh, was that one of those robot ones?
Yes, exactly,
Jeez.
exactly. So I have no lawnmower, and I have a neighbor right now, cutting the lawn for me.
Yeah. Eric Thorpe says one payment a month. Maybe it's something he's done before on another Kickstarter option. That would make sense to me. It would make sense to me that it would be over like a 3-month time period, which is nice for people who want to be able to split up the payments a little bit, who maybe don't have it all at once, but can save up month to month on it and all. And the nice thing about it, because there's no interest or anything on it. It's
correct.
If you get in on the first 100, you buy the $9.99 option. The $9.99 gets split over 3 months, and that's what you pay. So it's a good deal. It's definitely a good deal. I'm glad. I'm excited that you were able to figure that out and give that to people, because I know you said that was something that a lot of people were definitely interested in. All right, so again, I know a lot of you guys, you've seen this Kickstarter. A lot of us have been talking about it for a really long time here. I know some questions are going to start to come in. Glenn, is there anything in particular that you really want to point out, or that you really want people to know before this goes live, or maybe even something new about this that people might not be aware of?
I'm trying to think. The system itself has pretty much been baked and set and ready to go. We've been doing a lot of stress testing on the rotating mechanism. I know a lot of people are concerned about the motor, but the motor is actually a motor that's been used by the parent company, which is an arcade manufacturer that we're part of for years, in an arcade environment. So so I let you know that this motor has not been used for screen rotation; it's used for something else.
Mm.
But it was used for many years for trouble-free use. Excuse me. But we did design it basically. Let's say no one knows. Let's say something does happen to it. The motor goes bad. It does. You just go to the back of the machine. It's just a twist. The whole motor comes right out. No
Oh.
tools. Just a twist. Get the new motor. Twist. Back in place. Connect to one cable. You're done. So we tried to make all that stuff as easy as possible. But the motor really shouldn't go bad. Again, it's an industrial motor that's been used in the arcade industry for many years, and it's not like a Pinto, where they took parts from different things and the Pinto like blows up in the back, whatever. It's not that case. It should be good. It should be good.
Oh, well,
But
that's good.
outside of that, not really. I mean, I know a lot of people are asking about other control decks and stuff. What's on the Kickstarter right now is pretty much what it's going to be for the launch. But I do have one thing now. So some people said, listen, I want to get the everything pack. I want to get the machine with all the control decks, but I don't really want the Glentendo hood, or I don't want this one stick.
Mhm.
So I would say buy that pack. Get the machine with the everything pack. Just send us an email at Thunderstick Studios with your order number and say, listen, this is my order number. I wanted that price, but I don't want the Glentendo hood, or I don't want the Akari stick, or I don't want this. We'll deduct that from it, and we'll credit that on your order. We're not going to do any other packages right now because it's like set in stone. We don't want to change anything. We only got 31 minutes to go, so we're not going to make any changes. But if there's something, or you may say, listen, I need this too. Just send us an email. We're going to try and accommodate people, and that's kind of what we do. We're accommodating people.
Nice. So this is the pack that you're talking about. The $17.99 for the 19-inch, $19.99 for the 26-inch that comes with
Right.
like the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh, big boodle.
The
But some people
whole-
said, I don't want the Glentendo hood, or I don't want this.
Right.
Can you make a package for that? So no, just get the package, send us an email, Thunderstick Studios, and say, listen, just take this one item off if you could, please, and we'll deduct it and obviously credit the order.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So I do see question here. Can you order multiple cabinets at once? Now, obviously, you've got your super mega thing here pack where you can order both the 19-inch and the 26-inch under one thing. But let's say, let's say you wanted two 19. You want this package here, but you want two of these. Will
You'd have
you
to be
able
quick
do
on the
that?
trigger. You'd have to be quick on the trigger right now. Because we're trying to be fair. Again, for the first 100 of each, again, the tariffs just really did a ringer on everyone out there, and we're just trying to make sure that we can keep my promise. So there'll be 100 units at that price, period.
Yeah.
So if you need to get more than one, you're going to have be quick on the trigger, or have a friend place an order and you give him the money. But we're
Right.
trying to be fair to everyone.
Right.
Try to give it a fair shot.
Okay. So, but even if you miss on the first 100, the 1,200 one, you could technically buy two of
Absolutely.
these through the Kickstarter. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As far as I know with Kickstarter, there's no, unless you're purposefully limiting, one per customer thing, that you should be able to just buy pretty much
Right.
whatever you want.
Correct.
So yeah, there's no limit. You can buy as many of these, as many of each packet as you want.
Right.
Okay, my mic and audio is low.
I'm fine here to me, but I
Maybe-
always have audio problems. So
maybe
I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah. Is that better? Maybe I just need to talk into it a little bit more.
Oh, we're under 30 minutes away. Under 30 minutes.
Yes, P-Dubs, it's launch day. That is absolutely right. We are very excited. Yeah,
is launch day.
We have just hit the 30-minute mark to the countdown.
It's the final countdown.
Ah,
And I brought this up as well before. I'm gonna bring this up again, if I can find it here. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Where is it? This guy right here. So I know that Michael B keeps saying this, and it's kind of covered up by the timer. And I don't want to move the timer, but maybe I can move the maybe I can move this over here a little bit. Come on, you're gonna move? Maybe not. Try that again. There we go. Now, what does the FU mean? And I know Michael B keeps saying he knows what it means, and I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm not saying it's right. But the beautiful thing about the Build-A-Cade FU name is that the name makes you think, regardless. Whether you want to think it means FU is an FU, some people like that, some people don't. Some people think it's catchy, some people don't. But the FU has a lot of different connotations. It does mean it's a full-size unit. It does mean it's a family unit, bringing you and the family together. It does mean it's a fun unit. I mean, hell, it's an arcade machine. Why isn't it fun? It's a fantastic unit. That's my opinion. It's a fabulous unit. It's a friendly unit, meaning it's easy to put together, easy to use with the arcade OS. It's a fun-loving unit, but most of all, it's a for you. This machine is designed by a gamer, for gamers, for you to take this and make it your own. And on top of all of that, whether you want to think it's a curse word, or you want to think it's all these things, whether you believe it or not, also FU in Chinese as a character means blessing and good fortune and happiness and prosperity. So I know Michael B and some people are saying, I don't like the name. The name has so many positives behind it, so many good things behind it. But yeah, it can mean FU as well. But it also means all these other things. It depends on what you want it to be. Now, I joke a lot. I say FU. I know we all know what I'm talking about there. But that is the name. The name is not going to change. I think it's a friggin' great name. And full size unit. I'm going to stick with that one.
let's go back to this. All right, so we are definitely getting some questions. So let's get into some Q&A.
Let's do it.
A little bit here. So Sean Rios wants to know. We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. You said this week that one could easily swap monitors in this unit. Does that mean if I buy the 26-inch version, you'll be selling the auto-rotating assembly and 19-inch monitors separately?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm not sure when what'll happen because again, the first priority now is to get the machines backed and the tariff under control, and we can get this shipped out. And then at that point, yeah, we'll have parts available and definitely the two screens because I did make sure that whichever machine you bought, if you did want to try the other one, you could order that particular monitor and fairly easily be able to swap them out.
Awesome. All right, another question from Scott B. How many orders or how much money is needed for the Kickstarter to be successfully funded? You may not want to answer the money part, but do you? I mean, like you've got a number in your head.
You're doing it by units. The unit is what we have to sell. The super early bird is our number we want to get. So 200 units, 100 of any denomination. So it's 150 of this one and 20 of that one. Basically, 200 units is our number to make it a successful thing. And after 200, obviously, it's just better for everyone. Obviously, over that. But 200 is the magic number.
So even if you sell out of all the early birds, which is the lowest,
that would be it.
Which is the lowest price on there, you're good to go. Anything above that is just
correct
gravy.
And remember, right? And remember the super early bird, which is the $999 for the 19-inch and the $1,200 for the 26-inch. Is the 30% tariff. We're eating that, so we're making less than nothing on those. But I wanted to keep my promise that under 1,000, and then after that, there's a 30% tariff added into those other machines for the covering. And it's in the Kickstarter itself. It's right there in black and white. You can read it yourself. If the tariff does go down, if it goes down to 28% or 23% or whatever percent. Wherever it goes down, we'll make sure we refund that portion of the tariff back to you. We're not going to keep it. Now, if it goes over a certain amount, and I don't want to get into what that amount is right now, we're still trying to work things out. But if it does go up to a certain amount, we do reserve the right, and we have it there in black and white to cancel the Kickstarter, but you will be refunded 100%. Nothing will be taken. You'll get all your money back. It'll suck, because I mean, it's that much longer till we can actually make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people have come after me saying, "Oh, you said it was $1 or under 1,000." It's still under 1,000, and I have no control over tariffs. That's the government, and I can't go against the government. It is what it is.
Yep.
But I did the absolute best, and made myself age even more to try and pull strings and beat up my partners to make sure we can at least make this goal go. But again, even at the regular price of 1,200 for the 19 and 1,400 for the 26-inch, find anyone else out there at 2 or 3 times the price to give you all the stuff this machine is going to give you. You're not going to do that. So the value, regardless, is still there.
Awesome. All right, let me see what else we got here. I know the answer to this one, but because I've heard you say it before. But P Dubs wants to know if you had to choose personally, would you get the 26 or the 19-inch rotating?
I've said it a million times, P Dubs. I'm the 19-inch. I want the 19-inch screen.
Me too.
The 26-inch looks good. I mean, I've seen both. I mean, there's no question that 26 is a beautiful screen. But for what I want to play on it, I'm a retro gamer. I like the older stuff. And honestly, I think the 19-inch will look better for those older games. Now, there are people who want to play the modern, like from the 90s, early 2000s. That's like 26-inch screen, like House of the Dead or maybe Street Fighter. Those are potentially larger screens. Neo Geo games, larger screens. I get it. Candy Cab, that larger screen. But that's not to say again, I wouldn't get that as an option to again pull the 19 out and put this one in, potentially. But for me, I'm looking for the 19-inch at least initially.
Mm-hmm. So Michael Thrunk wants to know if I get the 26 and add the Glintendo hood with side art. Well, that's interesting. The fact that he says with the side art.
Yes.
Will I be able to manually rotate the screen? Can I remove the plexiglass and rotate the screen manually?
Right. So that was the plan because I figured anyone who once you put on that Glintendo hood, more likely than not, you're going to add artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And now, could you still remove it with artwork? Yeah, but then you're going to see the seam of the Glintendo hood and the spots where the screws go in. So more likely than not, people are not going to take off that Glintendo hood with artwork on it, in my opinion. I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but most likely not. So the plexiglass is removable. And again, I'm not sure. I haven't seen it myself on how easy, because the plexiglass does come off. That'll give you access to it. But now remember, when you look at the regular FU, where it's got that teardrop shape, it's easier to get your hands in there because there's no sides, right? You can kind of get in there and really get in there. Now with the Glintendo hood, it's going to be a little tighter. So I would personally recommend, if you're getting the Glintendo hood, I think it's going to be even better on the 19-inch because it's got the powered screen rotating. If you get the 26-inch, I would probably personally, this is me, Mr. Skinny Arms, me, I would leave it in the horizontal position, and you get the 26-inch horizontal, but the vertical games will still give you 19 inches in a vertical mode. So could you do it? Absolutely. Is it going to be as easy as the 19-inch? Definitely not. And it will be definitely more difficult with the hood on there. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it might be more of a headache to do that with the 26-inch with the hood on there. Now, I also like the way the machine looks in all black. So in that particular case, the hood, if there's no artwork or the artwork's in an area that doesn't go over the seam, you can always take the hood off and do it. But I honestly think that's why I wanted the power screen, because I don't want to have to go through all that to do that. My team originally was just going to put almost like a monitor mount back there. So look, just go in there. And I said, no, I'm not going to have people go back there on a little stupid arm and twist the arm. And no, that's not what I want. It's got to be done automatically. But then Michael B, that game genie, got me with the 26-inch. And again, it's not a bad option, but I just think the rotating, I gave the option. It's there because I want people to have the option, but I think it might be more trouble to do that. But some people may say it's fine, but I think it might be too much trouble.
Yeah. And I got to think, and I know I've heard people talk about this.
Oh, we're into 20 minutes.
I know. It's getting there. With the 26-inch, just because of the size of it and everything, even the vertical games.
And the weight.
Well, but in the horizontal position, even the vertical games are going to look good on it without having to rotate it.
Right. So, that's the point. The screen's going to be like, right there. And the 26-inch should give you a 19-inch vertical.
Right.
But again, some people may want to keep it a vertical page, just vertical games. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying it's not going to be definitely as easy as the other ways.
Okay, so Glenn, will the wheel deck? I would assume this is yes, but will the wheel deck fit on the units with the hood? Hard to tell from the image if the wheel sticks out far enough to clear the hood.
Everything, all the control decks should fit. Even the 3-inch trackball, playing, Golden Tee, you should be able to do that with that hood there.
Awesome. Let's see, make sure what else we got here. Oh, beat-ups. If Glenn hits 200 packers, he'll live stream the next episode of Kicking It Old School without a shirt on.
If you guys want to see an old man with no shirt on, I mean that's all right. I have to start getting back to my pull-up bar. I've so fallen out of my exercise routine. It's not even funny. I was just telling Bill before the show. It's like I gained like 10 pounds since this project started. I got to try and get that 10 pounds off.
Well, you got to do something. Don't you have a new lady friend too?
I do, and she's great. She puts up with everything, all this stuff. She's really good. She's really, really good. In fact,
you got to keep her interested.
Well, I think I drive a little crazy, but I mean, who don't I drive crazy? I kind of do that to everyone.
Let's see what else we got here.
17 minutes. Go.
I was sold on 19-inch until you mentioned Neo Geo.
Well, that's the thing. If some people there's no question, Neo Geo makes some great games. They do, and that's where that 26-inch should be fantastic. But there's a lot of like fighter games as well that were on the 26-inch size screen, like House of the Dead. You may want if you want to do a lot of light gun games. Again, light gun games work on both.
Yeah.
The Cinnamon Target Pro will work on both.
Definitely make a difference for
exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Yeah, if that's it, I think people got to think about what's your main focus.
Right.
Because I know for me, I'm interested. I want the 19-inch screen. If I can figure out how to swing it and get this thing eventually. but I'm like you, Glenn. I want to be able to play Donkey Kong and Pac-Man in the right orientation, and then Missile Command and Street Fighter in the right orientation. That's what I want, and I'm used to most of those games being on a 19-inch CRT. It wasn't until the early to mid 90s really that you started seeing some of these bigger machines come with bigger monitors and things like that, really.
Right.
So
right. And and nothing you could do. Again, this is the whole point about the Build-A-Cade, with the 1/6 scale, which comes with a lot of the backings there, by the way, a lot of the tiers, and the full size. You could put an HDMI splitter in there, and you can still split the HDMI out to an external 40-inch TV and play House of the Dead. So you can still do things even like that. You don't have to limit yourself. I don't want people to limit themselves to the machine. I really want to see what the community and people can do with the machine. I've already seen people always sent me some stuff that's pretty wild.
Yep.
If they can make that happen. So that's the beauty of it. Like a lot of companies don't want you, like Nintendo, let's say, they don't want you touching their stuff. I want you to touch everything, touch every part of it. Put your hands in there, get right in there. Oh, Bill, we're 15 minutes, man.
I know, we're getting down to the wire. We're gonna keep going with the questions until we get there.
Oh my God.
Do you have any updated current photos or videos of the prototype? You
Not anything that really you guys can see right now, because a lot of it is the parts, like making sure everything's going together. But we will. The whole point of Kickstarters, as you know, Kickstarters have updates. They have weekly updates. So we're doing the same thing. We'll have photographs and videos until we get the prototype here, and then of course Bill and Glen Baisley will come over, and anyone else who's in the area, if they want to come and check it out for themselves and see if what I'm saying is true about the quality and how well it works. I will walk out of the room, let them do their video, and let them be on their way.
Yeah, and people need to understand too that this is not uncommon for
especially with Kickstarters.
I mean, look at what is it? The Wonderland Amusements
pinball.
with their pinball.
The pinball.
They're still putting out new videos and showing off prototypes and showing off changes and different things after the Kickstarter's done.
Yep.
So this isn't really
because what I tend to do when we work on these things, I kind of say, "But can we do this? can we do this? So I'm constantly moving the goalposts on these guys, and they get mad sometimes, but it makes a better thing, because I get a lot of ideas from people too. People say, well, you think about this? I'm like, not a bad idea. Let me see if we can do that. A lot of times we can, sometimes we can't. I mean, there's always a limit to everything.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about this too with that 26 month. It is a 4:3 monitor, right? So
The
it is
26-inch.
It's almost square anyway. Rotating it really doesn't change it that
No,
much.
no,
Right?
not at all. And so the Unico 20, and it is a Unico 26-inch screen, which is a beautiful, expensive, big monitor that we're also giving it a phenomenal deal with just that. That is a 4:3. Now the BOE screen, the 19-inch screen, is still an excellent screen. We made sure it's good in all angles. That's a 5:4 screen.
Sorry, I don't know if it's me. They keep saying some
Hey
people
man,
are
you see
saying
me?
they can barely hear.
You see my shows, Bill? I think you're doing a great job.
I know. Thank you. I
Come
appreciate
on.
Good to see Buy Stuff Arcades here. Thank you guys for stopping by. I absolutely
They're a great
appreciate
bunch.
it. You guys are awesome.
They are a great
P-Dub's
bunch.
right. No need to rotate a 26-inch. So
Right.
good to know.
Right.
Good
But
to know.
the Buy Stuff store, they're a good bunch of guys. You know, they're the same thing. You know, they listen to the community and they build products around that, and they get suggestions for it. Since they make it, they do it. And you know, I've had a lot of conversations back and forth. It's just difficult because they're busy. You know, we're busy. But you know, the Buy Stuff store is probably one of the best guys out there if you want to buy something. Very trusted, great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff from the Buy Stuff store.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's a free slogan for you.
Yep. And hopefully you can work something out with them down the road, because I know there are certain people north of the border who are very interested in this.
We've definitely had conversations, but it's just difficult because even, well, let's just say we definitely had conversations, and they've been very open and talking. But again, they've been busy. I'm busy.
Yep.
But again, this Kickstarter, yes, 11 minutes. This Kickstarter is just for the U.S. right now, but I'm not forgetting about other countries. So if this does well, that's more leverage I can have with my team to open it up to other areas. And my original plan was to have it, you know, a worldwide thing, but there's a lot of logistics, shipping, you know, duties, and other things that happen with other countries. That's not that always easy to do, especially when you're doing an initial launch. You know, doing a worldwide one is just a lot more complex. So I'd like to get this one out there, and again, hopefully get good feedback when people start getting their hands and really loving it, and it just builds up the hype for other people as well.
Okay. There was a question here from Jason. I know I kind of asked you about this earlier. I said I wasn't going to bring it up, but Jason did. So after successful funding of an initial batch over the next 60 days, will you have further runs of the product as well for those who may not have the money just yet?
Well, the answer is yes. That was always the plan. I'm just not sure if it's something we'll have like you know, a warehouse full of these, or it'll be we'll do you know, we're gonna say if you do a pre-order now for a run of 10, 20, or 50 of them, you know, because this is again a full size machine. There's a lot of money involved, so it probably would become with Thunsix Studios pre-orders, like we did with the Star Wars Flight Yoke. Originally, the Star Wars Flight Yoke was done through the Kickstarter, then eventually came over to the Thunsix Studios site. Now that's a smaller item, so we're able to have some on hand. We have it in a warehouse in New Jersey. That's one thing. This will probably end up being, you know, we'll take pre-orders, and once we hit X amount of pre-orders, we'll start the run and go from there. In fact, if people are watching, 10 minutes, Bill. The KVM, the iArcade, the third run of the iArcade KVM switcher is in production right now. So I'm hoping to get those shipped out. And I know it's been a delay, but again, we had some issues with the Wi-Fi chip and the Vipers, which have been sorted out, thankfully. July, August, like end of July, early August, people should start getting them. So at least that, and that's the final run. That is the final run of the KVM for iArcade.
Wow. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh, John. Glenn, could you take a step-by-step when you go on Kickstarter how to find your project. I just go to Kickstarter and search for Build-A-Cade FU, or check the link.
Wasn't the link in the
in
chat?
this video description. The link is on Facebook. The links are all over the place. It'll take you right to where the Kickstarter is.
I'm sure Jason will put it in the chat.
He did put it in earlier. Hopefully my audio is better. I did see one setting. I had it a lot lower than I thought, so hopefully my audio is better now. Let's see. Does the purchase of the 26-inch with extra controller decks count towards the first 100 to reach the goal, or should I just order 26-inch and change later?
Oh, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what machines are ordered as long as we hit 200 unit is it. It doesn't matter which ones they are. It just has to be 200. So it looks like it can't be that much of a delay. That had to be a question further back. We're down to 8 minutes and 15 seconds as of right now on my clock at 8:51 p.m.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
Heavier.
So I know these units are right around 200 pounds. Does the 26-inch monitor add any weight?
It does. The 26 adds weight. Now the rotating mechanism adds a little weight too, but if you put two side by side, the 26-inch weight will weigh a little bit more.
Gotcha.
I still say you can put Mrs. Kongs and probably Mr. Kongs stand inside the machine, and it will not collapse, unlike another machine we can remember back in the day.
Oh, that's good to know. Yes, I've got my Pikachu and my Grogu. Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. You can't see it. There
It's hard, right?
That's better. Pikachu and Grogu in the back, sitting right behind me. And yes, that's Grogu. That is not Baby Yoda. Sorry. I know everybody wants to call him Baby Yoda.
I call him Baby Yoda, but that's okay. That's okay, but we're still friends.
I think my wife does that just to annoy me. I'm like, his name's Grogu. Uh-oh, now it's too much. One of these days I'll get it right. Glenn, I'm learning from the best. What can I say?
Hey, audio, man. That's what it is. At least I can hear you. You're not talking for 15 minutes like that.
Yeah, I know.
So I'd also say that we're getting ready to push a update for Arcade. Again, Arcade OS between the regular Viper, the 3566, and the Arcade 3588, which is the Viper Venom.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have new emulators in there. You can see this 3DO playing right now. That's on my regular Viper 3566. We have 3DO in there. PS2 has been added. Oh, wow. Wii's been added. Jaguars, a couple of them have been added. Now those will really require the 3588, the Venom.
The Venom.
But the 3DO, they didn't think was going to work on the 3566, and it works quite well.
Oh, nice.
They've also did an update on the Saturn core, so the Saturn core should work even better on the standard Viper.
Oh, good.
So
nice.
They're always making changes. They're optimizing, and like I said, we will continue to add emulators further on down the road.
Excellent. That's always good to know. I tell you what, I love it on the iArcade. I feel like I have the Build-A-Cade FU 1.0.
Well, that's it.
And
that's an important thing
coming out now.
That's exactly it. Again, if iArcade had stayed around, that's what we would have concentrated on. We would have concentrated on making control decks and stuff for that. So this is basically the iArcade 2.0. And if anyone had an iArcade, they know it was a quality machine. It had great controls, and it was a solid machine. And holy shnikes, Bill, we're down to 5-minute mark.
We're
down to 5 minutes. Oh my goodie! Oh my goodie! So I do understand that people have the iArcade saying, "Do I need to get the FU?" You really don't. You have the Viper. You can always upgrade to a Viper Venom when we release that individually.
Which I'm thinking about
you could.
doing. Yep. Well, yes and no. I mean, like I said, I like the iArcade. I like having it. I'm not, those control decks obviously are not going to fit in. They're designed for the Build-A-Cade FU, so it's not like, I can't swap out other control decks. I can't get again, maybe somewhere down the line I could get that 19-inch monitor the rotating and put it in if I really wanted to. But there's things that the Build-A-Cade FU is going to do that you can't do with the arcade version, for sure. So this was a question from JJ. Do you have any plans to offer your own artwork packages and ideally matching controller layouts like dual joysticks for Robotron, flight sticks for Zaxxon-tron, so on and so on? So, I mean, there's already a control stick, flight stick control deck that you could play Tron, and even games like Zaxxon or Afterburner or and like any game that typically had a flight stick on it, for sure. But you're really leaving the artwork up to other people, right? Like
The artwork,
the
yes,
Joe Zabos and the people like that.
absolutely. With the artwork, yes.
Do we expect the cabs to ship in 2 parts, and does that mean 2 shipments?
It's the way I understand it right now. It's probably going to be in at least 3 boxes, three packs. And of course, if you're getting the control decks and then Glen Tenderhood, it may even be more than that.
There you go. Jason's put it in the chat again, so there you go with another link to the Kickstarter. And he also wants to know, for the bundles that include a free 1/6 scale Build-A-Cade, which is just about all of them, actually, will buyers be able to get those earlier than 2026? So I guess he's asking, since you've already got the Build-A-Cades, is there any possibility that you could, ship those out as a while you wait?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking about before about, Al Lincoln doing his Pixelcade that way. So if we know for sure that we're going to be shipping them out and the tariff's not going to get out of control before we ship them, that's something we could possibly do. I think it would be kind of cool to possibly get those kits out there and have them build and have the little buddy ready for when Big Brother comes. So that's a possibility.
What the heck? That's weird. Okay, Windows is very weird sometimes.
It is.
The volume setting on my mic keeps dropping.
I love Windows. It's all that Windows 11. I want XP back.
Holy cow. Yeah, seriously.
And Bill, guess what? We're down
2 minutes. We are at the
2
minute mark. Holy cow. I
posted this before. I had Chinese food tonight. Oh
yeah,
I got this little thing. I opened up no joke. Open up a fortune cookie. Your dreams will come to life later today. I don't know if that's going to come through over there, but
hang on, let me.
No, it's going to come. It's awfully tiny. Like that maybe. Well, in any case, it's posted on online. But your dreams will come life later today. So, and other people keep saying to me, and I had to.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, thanks, Bill. Yeah. So I opened up one fortune cookie, and that's actually what I got in there. So this is a dream for me. And I know people are like, well, Glenn, you can make a killing or a killing. I'm not making a killing. I'm not making a dime. I'm not making 1 penny off of this project. This is really for all of you guys out there. Now, in the future, we keep selling stuff. Maybe I'll make something, but this is not about money for me. This is really just about, I want people to have some fun out there and enjoy family, friends, and all that stuff with the machine. Oh, a minute.
Yep, we are getting closer. We are definitely getting closer. Let me pull this back down off the screen. Let me see if there's any last-minute questions. I know I am definitely behind on the chat, and I keep getting
what
all
I would
these
do,
things
Bill,
about my my volume.
Can you pull up the Kickstarter in a small window on the screen, because we're like 40 seconds away.
Yep, I will. As soon as it hits, I will bring it. I will refresh it and bring it up.
All right. 30 seconds.
I think we're pretty much good. I think we're pretty good on the. God, I hope my sound is better again.
You sound fine to me.
Yeah, I know, but that's always the case. It's just weird how it's.
Oh, here it is, Bill. Here it is.
We're getting there. Hang on, we're
10,
getting there.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It should be live. Let's see. 9 o'clock. Oh boy.
Let's see. No, we might be off by a few seconds. Let's. I'm gonna keep refreshing it until I see it.
I'm doing the same.
Come on, let's go.
Well, you have to pay the cornercade every time you say that, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's copyright. Come on. All right. My computer is now officially saying 9 o'clock. So.
Mine is 2.
Uh-oh.
Of course, it's always something. I had my team check. It is set for 9 o'clock. See, my guys are supposed to be actually watching your show today, so let me check with them. Should be live like right now.
Yeah, everybody's saying not yet. It's got to just be the timing of it.
My team just said it should be live. So let's see what's going on. Any second. Any second. Dun, dun, dun.
Why is it being a pain?
I blame Kickstarter now. They must have their own. Oh, it's live. It's live right now. Hit it again. It's live.
I came
so it
out
took
of
them,
it, and I'm going to go back in.
It took them a whole minute.
Took them a whole minute.
It's
live.
There
it goes. There it goes. Here we go, guys. There it is. It's live right now.
Dun, dun.
Right now. Grab your credit cards and start backing this thing. Let's go through. Let's just
go ahead.
Show this so that people can see what the options are. So obviously there's always just the option to make a pledge without a reward if you just really love Glen and you want to back his company, back his product, you can just throw him a few bucks. Then there's the super early birds. We've got the $9.99 for the 19-inch edition.
Oh, holy shnikes. What?
What's going on?
It's 14 backers already.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd probably have to refresh it to see that. I'll go through the list and then I'll refresh and we'll see where we are. $1,200 for the 26-inch super early bird. You can see the options here. It even tells you exactly what it comes with. You get the Build-A-Cade, you get the smaller version of it as well. Then we've got the early bird ones at $1,200 and $1,400. You've got the mega pack that comes with everything. So you get the one with the 19-inch screen. You get the Glentendo hood. You get all of the control panels and everything. That's $17.99. $19.99 for that version with the 26-inch screen. You got the super mega cabinet, the 2-pack. You get the 19-inch and the 26-inch for $2,200. And let's see, what else do we have here? Is that everything? That appears to be. All right, so there's no options on the Kickstarter to buy any of the control panels or anything separately, right? It's just the Build-A-Cade pack.
No. Right now it's all in the packages. Right.
Okay.
So again, if they wanted something specific or changed, they can email us and we can work that out at that point.
See how we doing so far here. Get to the top. 60 backers already. 65 backers.
All right, people hit me up over the place.
66. We are at 66 and climbing. I think we could literally sit here and watch you hit your 200, I think.
We may. I don't know. I'm getting my phone is blowing up over here. So I'll get my phone blowing up again. IM's blowing up over here.
This is like what happened with Wonderland all over again. This is amazing. 77 backers already at almost 140,000 for the goal.
Just jumped again. 80 backers.
Yep.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get this thing funded and
people have got to be buying more than the. Let me just see. What are people?
Should show you, right?
You got 27 backers on the 19-inch, 12 on the 26-inch. Yep, everybody's still. You have 8 backers on the 19-inch mega pack.
Really?
12 on the 26-inch version, and you've even got 3 on the mega super pack, the 2-pack from this. Almost at 90.
Every time I hear 2-pack, I think of 2-pack. I hear that. It's a 2-pack.
I just backed you, Glenn, for the 19-inch from Cobra Fireflies Casual Gaming. PBNJ is in. Oh my gosh, 93. You're almost at your 200,000 goal.
Yeah.
Even without hitting the number of backers. You're at 94 right now. You're almost halfway there in terms of backers already.
Look at that. And it's only been 4 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, we're 5 minutes into this thing. Glenn, even if we don't sit here and watch it happen, there's no doubt in my mind at this point that you're gonna hit your number. You're gonna exceed your numbers.
You know what? Again,
how fast this is going.
I'm feeling great because I'm gonna be so excited when people get this and they start playing with this machine. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing seeing people have this machine and start using it. It's blowing me away. I'm already having a bunch of people send me messages already congratulating me, but it's not congratulating me. That's the thing. I did this for you guys. I really want this to be something for you guys to congratulate each other. We build this community up, people sharing, the builds and everything. And we're already at 99 backers. I mean, I can't believe it. It's only been literally 5 minutes.
Yep. Bobby 1ALU, it does not ship assembled. It is flat packed. Hence the name Build-A-Cade.
Yes, correct. But like the major parts, like if you get the rotating monitor, that whole mechanism would be assembled. All the control decks are going to be, assembled.
Mm-hmm.
But to think about it this way, again, not everyone's built an At Games Legends Ultimate or built an iArcade. I'm assuming some have built a done up. But you have two parts. You have your base, and you have the top. Now, in theory, and it's not more in theory, you could just have the top and put it on a table. It's gonna be a really big table, but you could do it as a bar top. So you build your base and put your sides together. It's really not, even though it is big and full size, it's not a difficult assembly. If you put together a desk or IKEA, it's basically the same thing, except you can play it.
Yep. You're more than halfway there. You're at 190,000 for your goal, and 103 backers already.
And it's been 6 minutes.
It's been 6 minutes. Buddy, you're good. You're good with this. There is no doubt in my mind that this is going to hit goal, and like I said, I think it's going to exceed it, and I think this just means bigger and better things even to come in the future. So congratulations. I know we sit here a lot of times. We sit here a lot of times, and we get accused.
Look how close it is.
I know we get accused of being shills for this or shills for that. I have no problem shilling for you, Glenn, because you're a good dude, and you really are just trying to make something that I think the community
hit the goal.
Really going to be there for.
7 minutes.
Nice. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yep. You're over your pledge goal.
Wow.
105 backers over 200,000. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Now it only can be better from here, but now we know at least as long as the tariffs don't go crazy out of control, we will have the Build-A-Cade FU in people's homes by February, March timeframe of 26.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
Yep. Look at this. All these congratulations coming in. Mega packs the mega pack is almost sold out according to Biggie D. That's
really
crazy.
Still going up. 111 backers. I am blown away. Now know what that means, Bill?
Yeah.
It means fortune cookies are right.
It does.
You better believe
your
fortune cookies. Your dreams will come true to life later today, and this was 3 hours ago, and we, the community, have just successfully backed the GRS Build-A-Cade FU.
Yep, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome.
My phone is blowing up still.
All right, you know what?
Wow.
Guys, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it here. Again, congratulations to Glenn.
Thanks,
this
Bill.
is awesome. This has been so much fun. to do this with you, to do this countdown, to talk about things last minute. And look at this. We got B. Kirby coming in with a $5 super chat. Congrats, Glenn. I backed you for the 19-inch. I'm happy for you, pal. You're fully funded. Thank you. I definitely
really
appreciate it,
that.
Brother, you just
he's a great
spent
guy.
money on the Build-A-Cade FU. You did not have to give me a super chat, but thank you. I always appreciate you. You're always coming in. You're always doing stuff like that. You're a good guy.
Bill, again, thanks for doing the pre-launch show and hanging on just long enough to see how it went. I'm not going to lie. I was quite panicked because you never really know, right? You don't know how things are going to go. Our flight yoke did very well, and we did that one, but it took 30 days. Well, we hit our goal, I think, after like 10, so it took a little while.
Yeah.
But like you said before, these new Kickstarters, like the pinball machine and this, really, I mean, we're talking 7 minutes. We hit our goal, and I think that says a lot that the community does want these things. Like they do. They just want to be heard, listened to, and make what they want. And if you do that, as I say, they will come. And I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for basically, again, I'm not making money on this, but it's a dream come true for me. That, it's like when I went to Micro Center and I see my Star Wars flight yoke and other items at Target. It was on my stuff was on a retail shelf at a store. And I'll just cut it from there because I'll keep talking all night, Bill. So I want to thank everyone today, and I'll continue to thank everyone until this completes. We still have 59 days to go. We'll see how well we could do with that, but it's already looking great as it is, and we met our goal. So my heartfelt thanks out to everyone out there, and everyone like Bill and Michael B and P-Dubs and everyone else in YouTube and everyone else who were just in the chats spreading the word. That was the biggest thing I really needed help with, and there were so many people out there, from fellow influencers to just people in the community that I saw spreading the word, and I can't thank you guys enough.
Well, like I said, you definitely deserve it, and I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for everybody who's ordered one. I think you guys are going to love this. Like I said, I know Glenn has put his heart, his soul, his blood, his sweat, his tears into this thing, and it's going to be
many sleepless nights, because again, there's so many things that go into this, and then with the tariff, and I just want to make sure I put out a good product for you guys, and I know that's what it's going to be, and now you guys are going to get a chance to see it, and that makes me happy.
All right, well, guys, it is 9:12. I know Arcades Anonymous is on. Unfortunately, in the setup for this, I completely forgot to set up the redirect that I normally do. So if you want to go check them out, go over and check them out, and we will see you guys again soon. I will probably be back in about another 2 weeks with my show. Glenn, you're doing your show on Friday, right?
I'll be doing my show on Friday still, yep.
All right, awesome. So be sure you check out Kicking It Old School with Glenn on Friday. I'm sure he's going to be talking about this and a lot of other good stuff coming up.
I'm done with this now. On to the next thing.
All right. Glenn, thanks for stopping by. I absolutely appreciate you being on with me. This has been a ton of fun. And good night, everyone.
Thanks, Bill. Good night, everyone. Thank you.